Welcome to the Christian Success Show, the show that helps you achieve more success in every area of your life. I'm your host, Wes Young. Thank you for joining me today. The Christian Success Show is brought to you by Christian-Success.com. Visit Christian-Success.com to join the community and check out the special $7 deals designed to help you achieve big success in specific areas of your life. If you want personal help achieving more success, you can find out how to work with the top Christian life, success, and business coach and consultant at Christian-Success.com/coach. Now, let's get started with today's show. Today's show is Sell It First. And this is one of the biggest mistakes entrepreneurs make, is creating a product before they know if they can sell the product. And this might not seem like it's overly important, but I've seen so many budding entrepreneurs fail or have huge setbacks because of this that I wanted to do a show about it to help you avoid these same mistakes. And the truth is, this is a mistake I've made in the past a few times as well. I've come up with what I thought was a great idea or a great product or a great service, and I was positive that all I had to do was get it live and then it would sell, and it turned out that there wasn't a real market for it. Now, I have learned from my mistakes over the years, and this is not something that I fall into often now, but I want you to use my experience to understand and to learn how to avoid this. So remember, when we talk about this today, sell it first. People invest time and money in services and or products and businesses before they even know if it will sell. You got to figure out a way to find out if there's a market. Can you actually sell whatever it is before you invest a lot of time and money and energy into the product or the service? What you need to do is you need to learn how to do minimum work on the product or service, go out and sell it, and then perfect or improve the product or service. Here's a few examples that we'll go through to help you understand how this might be possible. The first example is if you were going to sell some type of an information product. So what you could do, instead of creating the entire information product first and then figuring out if you could sell it, is you could come up with the title of your information product and you could outline it and you could know how you're going to complete it and everything it's going to include. Then you can figure out if you can sell it. You go out and you try to sell some. And when you sell it, then you complete the product and deliver it. This is the way many information products have been born. In one of his books, Dan Kennedy talks about how he did this years and years ago in the National Speakers Association. He's a speaker, so he joined the National Speakers Association, and he found that there was a lack of information available to speakers. So what he did is he came up with a bunch of titles of information products, whether they be reports or CDs or videos, to sell into this market. He made up a catalog and then he sent the catalog out. And as products were sold, if he didn't have the product completed, he would complete the product and then send it out. And eventually he figured out what was selling and what wasn't selling, so he could take the things out of the catalog that weren't selling, do more things, offer more things that were selling, and he didn't have to create any of the products before he found out if he could sell them. Another example, a physical product. Let's say that you come up with an idea for a physical product to sell. And the first thing to do would be do a mock-up or a prototype of this product, or possibly buy one and of something close and change it or whatever, and then see if you could get pre-orders based on this. And that way you don't have to go into full-fledged production before you find out if you can sell it. Because a lot of times when you're creating a physical product, you end up having to do a minimum order or order a large inventory. And you don't want to get stuck with a lot of money tied up in an investment of all this inventory if you can't sell the product. The final example I want to go over is retail or resale. And in retail or resale, basically you buy a product and you resell it for a profit. Or maybe you buy a product and you improve it in some ways and then resell it. What you can do, usually you have to buy quite a few to get them at a wholesale price or a large enough discount so you can resell them to make a profit. What you can do is you can buy one at a higher cost and do whatever you do to add value to it and then sell it, and not worry so much about making a profit on this because you're paying more for one product than if you ordered 100 or 1,000 or whatever of them. But you get one or two, you add the value, and then you see if you can sell them at a price that will let you make profit before buying bulk inventory. So that's 3 ways and 3 kind of different kinds of businesses or business ideas that you can do minimum work on the product, sell it first, and then perfect the product. It doesn't matter how good the idea sounds. Sales are the only true indication of if a product's going to be successful or not. It doesn't matter how good the idea sounds. And that's what most people that get in trouble here, this leads to their problems. They fall in love with the product or the idea. It sounds like a can't miss. It sounds like they're going to be able to sell it all over the place. So they jump right in, they create the product, they buy the products, etc. And then they find out that they can't sell them, or they can't sell them for enough to make a profit. Sales are the only true indication in this equation. Sales tells you whether it's sellable or not. So remember that. It doesn't matter how good the idea sounds. Sales are the only true indicator. See if you can sell whatever it is you're selling by yourself first before trying to get others to sell it, before you try to hire salespeople to sell it, or before you try to get affiliates to sell it, before you try to sell it to other businesses, whatever. See if you can sell it yourself first before looking for others to try to sell it. Remember, no sales equals no business. No matter how good the idea is, if you can't sell it, then you don't have a business. You just have an idea. When it comes to selling things, marketing is always a consideration. You need to figure out free and low-cost ways to sell something first to prove that you can sell it. So you spend as little as possible to find out if this is a sellable idea, if it's a sellable product. And then once you start creating sales, then you can roll out into larger markets. You can spend more on marketing. You can test more marketplaces. But marketing is the key. With the proper marketing, it can lead to sales. Without the proper marketing, no sales. No sales, once again, equals no business. Focus on fast and inexpensive first, then sell some, and then work on the profits. Don't worry about profit when you're trying to figure out how to sell your product or your service. First, figure out if you can sell it. Once you prove that you can sell it, then you can do a lot of different things to figure out how to make a profit. Now, some things simply can't be sold for a large enough profit, and that's just a fact of business. But if you can't sell it, then there's no possibility of profit. When you can sell it, then you can figure out how to maybe add more value to it to build in more profit, figure out a way to produce it less expensively, figure out how to buy it less expensively. These are different ways you can look to build the profit, but you've got to sell it first. Here's something that you need to ask with every product or business idea that you have. What makes your product or service unique? Why would somebody buy your product or service over any other product or service out there? Or why would they buy yours instead of not doing anything? You have to overcome your competition, and you have to overcome the thought that they could just get by without your product at all. So you've got to answer this question. What makes your product or service unique, and why would they buy it? Why would your target market buy your product or service? And all of this leads to something that I've done a show on before. Fail as fast as you can until you find a winning product or service. Try to sell it as many ways as possible and get through the ways that don't work so you can find the ways that do work. So that's why it's so important that you sell it first. Whatever your product or service is, figure out how to sell it first and then worry about everything else. I want to sincerely thank you for joining me today. I know that you have plenty of options on how you spend your time, and it's an honor you're letting me help you achieve more success in your life. God bless you. Don't forget to check out the special $7 deals designed to help you achieve more success in specific areas of your life at Christian-success.com. If you want personal help achieving more success, you can find out how to work with the top Christian life, success, and business coach and consultant at Christian-success.com/coach. Have a blessed day.